Welcome back everyone, it's time to get prehistoric with some good old dino DNA action. Anyways, we've talked about dinos before on this channel quite a few times, from my high impact to my 101, but let's just get right into it. I won't be going specifically over each and every dino card since we've already kind of done that, especially in the previous high impact, so if you need some extra context you can look back to that video, but for now I want to cover as much ground as I can, so let's get right into it. So, not to get into each of their individual effects too much, but for our core dino engine we're playing 3 soul-eating oviraptor, 3 miscellaneousaurus, 1 giant rex, 3 baby Cerosaurus, 3 Pterodon, 1 Pancratops, 1 Overtex Quaddulus, and 2 Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. For our Dino Tuners, we are also playing 1 of the Dino Wrestler level 2 tuner and 1 Jirac Aioli. Finally, for our post-eternity code cards, we have the one, the only, 2 copies of Animadorn Archosaur. So, Archosaur over here is a level 1 light dinosaur type monster, which says that if this card is normal or special summoned, you can destroy 1 dinosaur monster in your hand or face up on the field, except itself, then add 1 reptile, sea serpent, or winged beast monster with the same original level as said destroyed monster, or 1 evolution pill spell card from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Archosaur once per turn. So before getting too in depth with Archosaur over here, let's quickly circle back to why we're playing 3 babies in the deck. Well, this is why. We now have a consistent way that doesn't rely on Dragonic Diagram or any of the True Kings to pop the babies in our hand. Additionally, since it's level 1, you can discard a Miscellaneousaurus, banish the Miscellaneousaurus, and get Archosaur onto your field, boom, just like that. Now then, explaining the combo play by play is gonna get a little wordy, but I'm gonna try here. So, you wanna have some combination of a way to get to Oviraptor, Miscellaneousaurus, and Baby Cerosaurus into your opening hand. So, what you want to do is normal Oviraptor, search out whatever, drop Miscellaneousaurus, banish Miscellaneousaurus, get out your Archosaur, pop your Baby Cerosaurus in your hand, bring out another Baby Cerosaurus, use Oviraptor's effect to pop Baby Cerosaurus in order to get out Aioli from the deck, and the combo will then continue in areas that I will cover a bit later. And just to touch on it, since I am running the 1, we're also running the Dino Wrestler level 2 tuner, whose name I still cannot pronounce for the life of me, because we want just an extra tuner in the deck. It's an extra dino to have, and if you open it, it's not too bad because that's just an extra body you can get onto the board. It can also be used to substitute for a certain other tuner in down the line in one of the combos in case you can't actually make it, but we'll get into that. Finally, for our main deck monsters that are not dinosaurs, we're playing 1 Deskbot 001 and 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Colt Wing. So both of these cards are actually here for that Auroradon combo that you saw in the beginning of the video. So what you do is you summon Halqifibrax, you bring out Deskbot 001 off of Halqifibrax, you link those two together to make Auroradon, summon out your tokens, then you get to special summon Deskbot 001 from the graveyard because 2 or more machines were special summoned at the same time. You then get to just continue along with your plays, and I will cover the rest of it a little bit later. However, in addition to that, you eventually use Auroradon's tributing effect in order to tribute a token and 1 more card in order to bring out Mecha Phantom Beast Colt Wing, which in turn brings out 2 more tokens and brings back Deskbot 001 again. Hashtag Halqifibrax did nothing wrong. So to get into our spell lineup, we are playing 3 Fossil Dig, which is our quintessential Dino Searcher and easy consistency card. After that, we're playing 1 Terraforming and 3 Lost World. The Lost World package is mainly here just to provide that going second oomph that you really need to break some boards. It also protects your dinos whenever you give them a token, and that means they can't target any of your monsters with card effects. So that means no imperm, no silly shenanigans like Effect Veiler or anything like that. They can't even spin you with, say, Dragite because they won't be able to target you. However, if they do get rid of the field spell, it kind of does suck. We're playing 1 Foolish Burial and 1 Upstart. These are just useful little cards to help thin out your deck and put certain dinos in the graveyard in Foolish's case. Then we have 1 1-1. 1-1 is just a 2-star Archosaur in the event that your Miscellaneousaurus plans kind of go sideways. There are some decent cards to discard in this deck, but it's something that you don't want to do terribly often, and I mean you could only run the 1 anyways. I figured it's harmless, and this deck does have some problems with certain aspects of consistency, but we'll get into that a little later. 3 Called by the Grave, because not only do we really hate hand traps, but you can use this card sort of proactively in order to prevent your opponent from getting off floating effects after battle. After that, we have 2 Performing Pauper Up, which is our spicy little draw card that's just here for a little extra consistency. However, honestly, if I could find something better, I will replace it. The problem is, now that we're playing a very diverse extra deck, we can no longer justify running Extravagance, but in addition to that, we're running so many one-offs and odds and ends that we can't justify running Potted Desires either. We're kind of caught in that perfect little middle ground, unfortunately. It is what it is, and we're gonna make do with what we can for now, but we're just gonna hope that something comes along that'll help us out a little bit later. Finally, we're playing the 2 Double Evolution Pill because it's searched off Archosaur, and it states that you can banish 2 cards from your graveyard, 1 dinosaur and 1 non-dinosaur monster, and then you can special summon 1 level 7 or higher dinosaur monster from your hand or deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. You could only activate Double Evolution Pill once per turn. So this guy is not only being able to be searched off Archosaur, but it can also be searched off Overtex. And we played 2 just for combo safety. That way, in case we draw one, we have the other one in the deck, and starting with one isn't the worst thing in the world. Now then, to cover the extra deck, we have 1 Crystron Halki Fibrax, 1 Mechaphantom Beast Auroradon, 1 Pentaseg, 1 Track Black, 1 Dugaris the Timeless, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Evolzar Dolka, 1 Evolzar Logia, 1 True King of All Calamities, 1 Formula Synchron, 1 Martial Metal Marcher, 1 Shooting Riser Dragon, 1 Ravenous Crocosaur Architelis, 1 Trishula, and 1 Trishula. Wait, what? That's right, we're actually playing the Fusion Trishula here. It's just for the sake of combo safety because it has less generic requirements than making the actual Trishula. So sometimes you just can't make your proper Trishula and rip a card out of your opponent's hand, but you were still able to make this Trishula and make it into a level 9 body that you could then use for True King of All Calamities. Ravenous Croco Dragon is a new level 9 synchro monster coming out in Eternity Code as well, and it's a fish that requires 1 tuner and 1 plus non-tuners, and it gains 500 attack for each card in your hand, and when it's synchro summoned, you draw cards equal to the number of non-tuners used for its synchro summon. For the sake of our combo, it's 2 other tokens in addition to Martial Metal Marcher, so you get 2 draws. Then, quick effect, you can discard 2 cards, then target 1 card on the field, destroy it. This is actually really helpful because usually you want to dig and draw into a Lost World, then you want to Lost World, get a dino on your field, spawn a token onto their side, use Croco Dragon's effect in order to pop that token, in order to pop a Baby Sarasaurus in your deck, in order to get a Petita Rhydon onto your field, in order to have that as material to go into your Synchro Trishula. After that, we have Shooting Riser Dragon, who's part of the main combo and is used to go into Synchro Trishula or Fusion Trishula if you don't have the right materials. Metal Marcher is a nice level 3 Synchro tuner that not only is useful for its level and its typing, but also because we can recur the tuner used for its Synchro summon back onto our field. This allows us to be a little flexible when it comes to our Halki Fibrax play. Formula Synchron's mainly here for the draw. Then Dugaris is here for the OTK potential that I spoke about previously in the previous high impact video. We have Dolka and Logia because they're quintessential rank 4s when you're playing dinosaurs, and then 1 Abyss Dweller because you gotta shut off graveyard centric strategies like, say, Eldritch. Then we have our True King of All Calamities, who's kind of the boss monster of the deck. It of course is a nasty little floodgate that most people really don't like to deal with, and in a day and age where a lot of decks are still pretty monotype, this just says no. Then we have our Link monsters, and with that, first up we have Crystron Halki Fibrax. You know what he does. He brings out your Despot 001, you use it and itself to go into Mechaphantom Beast Auroradon, and with Mechaphantom Beast Auroradon you spawn your tokens, then you can use that to go into your extra plays and into your synchro lineup and whatnot. Then we run 1 Pentstag for the OTK. Then we're also running 1 Link 2 called Track Black, which is a Link 2 Cybers type monster light attribute that is made out of 2 effect monsters, and its states that you could target one monster you control that this card points to. This turn, each time it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you get to draw one card. You can only use this effect of itself once per turn. So the idea behind this is you say are in a bit of a grind game, or you just want to make sure that you have enough resources to continue to grind it out against your opponent. You make this, you point it to your UCT, and then your UCT smashes a big board, then you get to draw like 4 cards. That's the idea, at least. It's come up a few times, it has been working out, but at the same time, feel free to make any changes to this card or the rest of the extra deck that you may feel are necessary. And for those wondering where the visual list is, well, I think it's where a formula to march around and shooting Riser Dragon is. Yeah. You know, I was trying to do a whole bunch of wordplay, but I think it just all fell apart. Anyways, with all that out of the way, I think the best way for you guys to get a real grasp on how this deck works is for me to show you rather than just tell you. So, let's go do both. So in this replay, I'm up against Adamanticators, and this guy sets up a pretty good board. He has a lot of negates, a lot of ways to kind of ruin my game plan, and then he doesn't negate Miscellaneous Source, and I just win from there. It's really unfortunate. If only some handsome gentleman just uploaded a guide on Adamanticator and then uploaded his own to his own YouTube channel. Smile. In this game versus an Adamanticator deck again, we see that this guy sets up an extremely flimsy board that I'm just going to have no problem breaking at all. So I draw for turn, and I notice I draw a double Evo Pill. Well, if you also pay attention, I drew into basically both of my Garnets in the fact that I drew into Jirac-Aeoli and the Colt Wing. So I use Perform Palpopper up, pitch him, get a few new cards, and that sets up my double Evo Pill. So I'm able to double Evo Pill into UCT, and then from there, I'm able to get a Lost World token, meaning that my dinos can't be targeted anymore, and when he makes Nightmare Unicorn, he's forced to target my Lost World and get rid of that and not my UCT. And in addition to that, I'm able to get UCT's pop effect off in order to force him to use his IP Masquerena. However, this also nets me a plus in the fact that now, since I destroy the Petita Rhydon, I'm able to get out my Oviraptor. I use Oviraptor's effect on the Lost World token in order to revive my Petita Rhydon, and since this is a different copy of Lost World as the game state recognizes it, I'm able to provide my opponent another token, ensuring that my plays are once again safe. So I normal summon the Miscellaneous Source, which may seem like an odd play, but you're about to see where I'm about to go with it. I overlay it with my Oviraptor, make Dugares, double my UCT's attack, and smash for game. So in this replay, I'm able to get the full combo going. So first up, you normal summon Oviraptor, you drop Miscellaneous Source, you use Miscellaneous Source to get out Archosaur, you use Archosaur to pop the Baby Sarasaurus in your hand, you use Baby Sarasaurus to bring out another Baby Sarasaurus, and then you use Oviraptor to pop that Baby Sarasaurus in order to revive your other Baby Sarasaurus. Then you use the pop Baby Sarasaurus in order to bring out a Jirac-Aeoli. Jirac-Aeoli plus Baby Sarasaurus equals Metal Marcher. Metal Marcher brings back Jirac-Aeoli. Jirac-Aeoli plus Archosaur equals Formula Synchron. Formula Synchron gets you a draw plus Oviraptor into Halki Vibrax. Get out your 001, make Auroradon, get your tokens, get Despot back, make Croc with Metal Marcher and 2 tokens, tribute the remaining token and Despot 001 back for Colt Wing, use Colt Wing, get your tokens, bring back 001, Despot plus 2 tokens equals Shooting Riser Dragon. Shooting Riser Dragon to send any level 4 you want. Giant Rex can't activate its effect if it's the one you send, by the way. Lost World if you drew into it, then summon out UCT, which you hopefully drew into or searched out at an earlier point. Use Croc on token, use Lost World to protect token, destroy Baby Sarasaurus to special summon Petita Rhydon, Trish into ripping Mystic Mine out of of hand, which is a true combo. Double Evil into Overtex, Croc and Trish into True King of All Calamities. End turn. And against the only player that stayed for this entire combo, because all the other ones would keep quitting beforehand, and he's playing Mystic Mind Burn, and he scoops after the second turn. Despite all the hard work that goes into these videos, I'd like to thank you once again for those who make it all the way to the end, and thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to hit the little notification bell. It really means a lot to me, and I will see you guys later.